It was here at last, the Riviera Tuna Comp. We missed it last year because of COVID, but we were going this year come hell or high water. We left Adelaide at 6 AM for the 650 odd kilometre trip to Port Lincoln. It takes us about 8 hours with a couple of fuel stops, and we always stop at Cal to get our first feed of fresh oysters. The comp days had changed, with Saturday now being a lay day because of the weather, but coming into Port Lincoln, it looked perfect. First stop is always Seamaster. Jen has struggled to find herself some wet weather pants. Hopefully Seamaster can fix it. You can't come to Port Lincoln without having oysters. We're going to do a farm tour tomorrow and get some really super fresh ones, but can you wait till tomorrow?
No, I totally was in agreement with you when I said, now we've got an hour or so or more to dinner, so we need to taste test, and just to be sure we need to have 2 each.
How many did I
make?
make?
Why are we only having 2?
Sorry, at least 2 each for quality control.
Half a dozen each. After oysters, it was down to the Marina Hotel for skipper's brief. The weather forecast was looking really dismal for the following day, so it was decided that fishing would be Sunday and Monday.
I'm going to drink till I win it.
Uh-oh. Don't forget you've got to go fishing as well.
Today is Friday night, I have to go fishing.
We only have our name on the Champions Board once, and that was 2015 when Team Justagirl took out the trailer boat section. So I think we're just about due for another win. And if we manage it, it'll be the first time a trailer boat female has won the title.
Okay, thank you.
So the traditional shots are coming around.
We're passing them around.
Just give it to Jen. Don't have them until he says...
No, I can do this first one. I can do the first shot.
I mean, you need 5. Yeah, 1, 2.
Everyone, thank you for being here. I'd like to cheers to the Riviera Tuna Classic. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you all for being here. It means a lot to us. Appreciate you changing your times, changing flights and pushing and not going to work on Monday. That's a tough ask, I know. So cheers to Riviera Tuna Classic. Thank you. Have the prawn store. So this year the prawn store, which is the Tapley family, have generously donated 1 kilo of prawns to every boat. So you're going to get a kilo of prawns on Sunday morning. Now listen, because you have to pick them up. So, okay, and to wash down those delicious prawns, we have Great Northern beer. Once again. Okay, now what I'll do is get Jan to call up the boat skippers.
Just 2, Britt Wheeler. Justagirl, Tracy.
That's a spirit, give him a cheer.
Majestic, Diego. Muscles, Peter. Nirvana, Chris.
With the formal skipper photos over, it was time to pick up the bag and party on. Jen being the greenhorn, she gets to open the bag and sort it all out.
Okay.
Jen, that looks like a very good drink esky that I would like. Jen, are there any snacks in there?
I thought I'd just insert a picture of what was in the bag because it took Jen around an hour to get it sorted.
So when I joined the team, we couldn't go fishing, so my 2 mentors taught me to play crib, drink wine and eat cheese, and I reckon I gained a kilo a day on that trip. So it'll be really beautiful to revisit this, and I need a refresher really.
Going to do
Justagirl. Where's that fruit? Oh, there they are. Mate, this is some pretty high stakes stuff here by the look of it. I can see the perseverance, the dedication and the go here. They'll be right up amongst them. Who's got a grand to go? Grand to go? Thank you, man. I got 1,000 down, 1,000 down, 1,000 down. 1 minute 11. 11 down, 11 down, 11 down, 11, 11, 11. 11 1100 per now, 1100 per now, 1100 per now. Take your other limit, take it at 12, at 12, 12, 13, 14, 15. Where did you take that last one? Yeah, there it is. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, you're in a dark corner there and I can't quite see. So I had 1500 bid there, thank you. At 15 to 15 to 15. At 50 per now, 50 per now, 50 per now. At 1,500 bid. At 1,500 bid. Bid now at $1,500 bid. Done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David Reed, for trusting our enthusiasm. We'll do our best. With no fishing for the next day, we did have a big late long night, which was awesome, and a full day Saturday. So we're just getting all our gear on the Tacoma, which is going to be the mothership for this trip. So all our sleeping gear is going on there, and yeah, let's go and have a look. The 670-foot logs to build the Tacoma arrived at Port Fairy on September the 18th, 1944. The Haldane brothers then spent the next 7 years building her. She was Australia's first purpose-built tuna boat. And you know what? You could book her for one of 4 tuna poling trips per year. How cool's that? The Tacoma on this trip is our mothership. Our fuel for the trailer boats is on board, as well as all our sleeping gear and anything else we might need down at Memory Cove. With that job done, we're off for lunch at the fish place. Best fish and chips in town.
We got up to the front and we both couldn't make up our mind what we wanted.
So we're like, Carrie goes, hey, do you want to get a whole lot of stuff on the show? I'm like, oh yeah.
Not hard to do. So we got salt and pepper prawns and salt and pepper squid and chips and salad. That was the main meal.
Salad looks good.
It's pretty tasty.
Yep.
And then Gin ordered
Some fish, so I got kingfish and Carrie ordered.
Nanagai. They come out. We don't know which is which because they're all in batter. So we opened it.
Now we'll do the taste test.
And the colour's quite different.
It's a nanny.
I don't know. We reckon that's Nanny and this is Kingy, right?
Okay, go.
So,
I reckon that's nanny. And this is from your box. I reckon that's king.
the important part is it's all delicious. Still slightly confused now because they didn't tell us which was which. And it's a lovely beer.
Salty?
Salty session.
I like the label.
Beer Garden Brewery. I'd like a t-shirt in that if I can find one.
And we're going to go there tonight, order a pizza and a beer. We want to get away from the other cruise tonight. We don't want to end up at the marina drinking till late. Tomorrow's a big day. From lunch, we took off over to the Oyster Farm tours at Coffin Bay. It's about a 40-minute drive from Port Lincoln and absolutely awesome. We're going to find out about oysters. First things first, we've got to change into some nice, dry, sexy waders. With Ben looking after us for the day, we wandered on out to the platform to have a bit of a look around, to try these oysters and have a wine or two. Ben's knowledge of oysters and oyster farming is absolutely amazing, and we had just the best time. It is money well spent. Unfortunately, we had a malfunction of an SD card, so we don't have all those conversations to bring you. If you're in Port Lincoln, make the trip over to Coffin Bay. You won't regret it. That I can promise. So we've been for our tour, but it doesn't stop there. Oyster HQ. Yeah. Shucked or unshucked. So this is a restaurant area. Yes. Fantastic views out to the bay. And so Ben, thanks from Team Justagirl and for the people of Australia for delivering such an awesome product.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming out, highlighting Coffin Bay, and of course, good luck with the fishing comp.
Thanks. We hopefully
We'll smash it.
we are going to smash it, aren't we?
Put the boys back in the box. That would be good. Good luck, guys. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for sharing your delicious oysters.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And beautiful champagne.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Good luck.
From the Oyster Farm tours, we were heading back into Port Lincoln to go and have a look at the Port Lincoln Smokehouse. We're here today with Robert Forster from Port Lincoln Smokehouse. Robert, you've been a solid supporter of Team Justagirl. When we've had events, we've had your product there for people to taste. and they have absolutely loved it.
Yeah, oh, that's good.
So on behalf of us, thank you so much for your support with Team Justagirl over the years, and I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of you anyway. We love coming up here as well.
Yeah, it's a good spot, isn't it? And I think all the blokes love you coming along too.
We have
Gives
fun.
them a bit of shit.
We have fun. There's nothing much else
You're
to
always
say.
happy. You're always happy.
I'm super excited to, when you put the invite for us to come and check out your smokehouse, because we tried your tuna a couple of years ago when we were first over here, and the taste for me is just incredible, and I think we have a lot of fish, and obviously we release most of what we can, but when we do take a fish home, there's always a bit extra.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see how you do it, and so I'd love it if you could talk us through. You said there's two types of smoking that you do.
We do a cold smoke and a hot smoke.
The cold smoke, does it keep longer than the hot smoke?
No, same.
Sure, the
It's
same.
Yeah.
Robert and his wife also run the Port Lincoln YHA, Youth Hostel Backpackers, and it's an awesome place. We're off next door now to the Beer Brewing Garden for dinner and an early night. So we're all fired up for the Riviera Port Lincoln Tuna Classic 2021. We've just got to pack up the apartment, put the stuff on the boat, put the stuff in the car, and get on the water.
Let's go for a shotgun start. Hope it's flood out there in the window. Fingers crossed.
So we've made a decision this year to get to the front and go as fast as we can.
Lead the pack.
Lead the pack.
Prawn store. Good morning. Nice delivery. Thank you. Oh, sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, what's the plan, Skip?
So we're going to take off from the start as fast as we can and try and stay in front of the fleet. If that fails, we'll just start pulling and let them go. But we're going to head out to, we're not heading out to the Cabbage Patch or down Memory Cove Way. We're going to go across the Gulf into an area known as Roslyn Shoals. I would expect that most of the fleet are going to be going there as well. So we need to get a good start. Tacoma has started its trek down to Memory Cove. So next time we see that, we'll be filling up with fuel tonight.
All stations, good morning, this is Dundee Bay VMR. Before I get on with the weather, I'd just like to say good luck to all involved in the tuna shootout today. Feels good, go ahead.
Good, 5 people on board in the tuna comp.
Right, any other stations, go ahead.
Rescue business, Gary, come on board, tuna comp.
We had a couple there, we've got rescue business, Dave.
Yeah, 4 on board the shootout, thanks mate.
Other station, go ahead.
The excitement is mounting. The girls have gone all quiet and they are just waiting for everyone to get into line for the shotgun start. So we're sneaking up, keeping our spot. Hopefully we get a good clean start. Otherwise we'll end up at the back of the pack because the wake from these big boats is horrendous.
On the bar. Tuna comp.
On the bar, go ahead.
Yeah, tuna comp, Gary, fix the board.
We're all waiting for the shotgun. And yeah, it is a shotgun start. This is the only shotgun start for a tournament in South Australia that I'm aware of. So it's just peak adrenaline.
2021 Riviera Port Lincoln Tuna Classic. So we've got 4 minutes to go before the official start. A couple of revs can start lining up next to me if you like, and I'll just slowly motor forward to be in line with the Tacoma, and I'll count down till 8 o'clock for the official start.
We've got 30 seconds, guys.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
We got off to a really good start, and I reckon we can hold our place in front of these bigger boats. And with at least an hour's steam ahead of us before we got across the marine parks, etc., and could put our lines in, we just had to keep going as fast as we could. If you're not thinking right now, how on earth am I going to be there next year? There must be something wrong with you.
How do you feel about coming back to Port Lincoln this year? Because you didn't make it last year either.
No, I didn't make it last year due to COVID and everything else, and they had to change it, and we're all uncertain, and we didn't really know what was going on in March last year. But it's just so good to hang out with the people up here. We only see a lot of them, like Russell and Gab. We only see them once a year when we're up here, and we all do stay, communicate with each other. But yeah, it's awesome. It's just like a family reunion when we come up here, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a good description. How many you got? One.
Talk about chaos. The deck hadn't even been set up properly. We were falling over stuff, getting in each other's way. We'd worked out a bit of a routine, and we hadn't even really settled into that. So Jules was skipper, Jim was on tagging and getting hooks out, I was on strike, and Kerry was the decky. Pressure was on. Was this going to be the first fish in the boat? If it was and all was good, we could actually radio it in.
Oh, look at the fish! Skip for the line out.
What a bossy skipper. I'm sure I'm not like that. With Jules on our case, we tried to get this all set up as quickly as possible, and my mind's thinking about how are we going to do this easier, because I'm just about going to fall over Jen and knock her over.
Hang on to it if it takes off. Get the short corners out.
Gosh, we're taking way too long. We're just not even getting back in the water quick enough. We need to iron out some rough spots. With lines all back in the water and swimming nicely, I turned around and I saw where Jen was at with our tuna. It was a bloodbath. The fish was dead, so that meant we couldn't count it. I did notice this fish was bleeding when we brought it over the side into the boat. It had swallowed the lure. So that one didn't count, but we did have sashimi. Yes, that's an alarm. It's Kerry's. She hasn't had a chance to even turn it off yet. This was such an awesome adventure that we can't bring it all to you at once. So make sure that you tune in next week for part 2. We've got some awesome footage to bring you. See you next week.